Welcome in, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 woman. Oh my gosh, today I'm sharing the secret that every over 50 woman needs to have in her toolkit if you wear makeup. If you're new here, I'm so glad you stopped by. I hope you'll consider subscribing before you leave and make sure you click that notification bell so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos. And if you want all the good stuff, you might want to sign up for our Sunday morning email newsletter. The link is in the description box down below. Every Sunday morning, we send out a very short, very sweet, very free email newsletter filled with all the cool things I found throughout the week, whether it's a great sale or a good recipe or just a stunning piece of information that I want to share with you. That's what goes in the Sunday morning email newsletter. It's exactly what we'd be talking about if you and I were having coffee right now. It's super easy to sign up. You just click the link in the description box down below. Super free, super fun. I think you're going to love it. As I said, today I'm going to be sharing step-by-step instructions for what I think is one of the most important techniques for doing makeup on more mature skin. It really makes a dramatic difference in how you look, and it's super easy to do once you understand the process. But first, I want to share with you an incredible sale from a fabulous company that you're going to love hearing about. This portion of the video is sponsored by Maysama, and Maysama is without a doubt one of the most quality skincare companies on the planet at the moment. It is just that kind of company and was founded and is owned by one of the hardest working, smartest women in skincare. Truly, she has put together an absolutely fantastic line of products, and I'm happy to announce that Maysama is the boss event for October. And the exciting thing is today it starts early and you're hearing about it first. One of the standout products in the Maysama line is their Pulse Red Light. Now, I have been saying for years that if you're only going to get one device, make sure that it's a red light unit. And what I'm telling you today is if you don't have a red light unit and you're thinking about it, this is the one to get because it is Pulse Light. And when you understand the difference between regular red light and Pulse Light, you're going to really know why this is such a good unit. And with the sale they're offering, it's absolutely spectacular. Everything for this sale, and it starts early today, and it is the boss event through the month of October, is 28% off, and that's 28% the entire line at Maysama. However, if you purchase an LED unit, and I don't want to turn it this way, it's like too bright, you will get that 28% discount as well as the Maysama headband, which is really darling and really, really helpful. If you're not using a headband when you wash your face, what are you doing, girl? This particular unit is so gorgeous. It is very well designed. You can see it's quite thin and it all folds up so that you could pack this for travel as well. What I want to say about Pulse Light, and that's what Bev, the owner and founder of Maysama, absolutely incredible woman. The reason she has put Pulse Light into her line is the dramatic difference it makes when you use a red light unit. What happens, and I'll give it to you just in a nutshell, I won't go deep into the weeds. If you want to know more science about it, you can go over to the Maysama.com website and check it out. But the short story is because the red light pulses, that creates a fluctuation in the cell, which does a couple of things. First of all, it absorbs products better because of that fluctuation. It's like pumping the products into the cell. In addition, that fluctuation reduces the amount of free radicals that are created from a red light session so that it doesn't build up over time. In other words, if you're going to get a red light unit these days, definitely get a Pulse unit. One of the standout products that Bev came to market with Maysama is the green rooibos pressed serum. Studies have shown that using this serum with the red light are really going to improve your results. But how do you do it? It's super easy. You want to wash your face and pat it dry, apply the rooibos serum, and let it sit for about 15 or 20 minutes. So if you're doing this in the morning, wash your face quickly, put on the serum, have a cup of coffee, and then sit in front of your red light unit. The combination of the effectiveness of the Royville serum combined with the pulse light is really going to give you so much better results for the time spent in front of your red light unit. So this combination right here is fantastic. In addition to the panel, Bev also has a face mask and a chest mask. This is the one I've had for a while now. The new model is out and on the website. You can find it there. And again, it's pulse light, giving you that much more effective treatment. But it doesn't stop there. She even has a red light gua sha stone. This thing is so cool. It vibrates and it has a red light and it's a gua sha stone. I love this. So the sale with Maysama is so good. Ladies, I'm telling you, this pricing is so good. This is as good as Black Friday pricing, plus you get the bonus of a headband with a LED purchase. Now, this sale is only available to viewers of Pretty Over 50. It's an exclusive sale. It's called the Boss Event that we have here on the channel, and it will start today and go all the way through the month of October. What I can say is if you've been looking at a red light and you haven't pulled the trigger, but you really kind of want to, this is the time to do it, because between the 28% discount and the Pulse Red Light and just the quality unit, it is such a good bargain. But don't stop there. Make sure that you go on over to the Maysama.com website. Look at the wide range of products available. It is one of the most quality skincare companies out there. And I'll tell you what, Bev May, the owner and founder of Maysama, has such incredible integrity, and she has worked so hard to build this business up into just a stellar company, providing just the best quality products, the best customer service, and the friendliest experience you're going to have buying skincare products. So thank you very much, Bev and Maysama, for sponsoring this portion of the video, and thank you so much for being the boss event for the month of October. I know a lot of people are excited about getting a red light like this at such a great discount, and we appreciate you. So here I am, bare skinned. The only thing I have on my face is my skincare and a little bit of the City Lips Clear Plumping Lip Gloss, which is what I put on my lips before I start my makeup, so that by the time I'm ready to put on my lipstick, my lips are a little less liney, a little less dry looking, and a little fluffier. Let's talk about the issues that happen to our face as we grow older that maybe most of us aren't aware of. Now, we all know, those of us who have done any kind of research into skincare, that collagen and elastin is really what holds our skin up and makes it firm and bouncy. Starting about age 29, 30, and I know it seems such a long time ago, we start losing that collagen and elastin that made our skin so bouncy and plump when we were younger. It starts about 29, 30, but probably doesn't really start showing up until we're in our early to mid 40s. However, there are some other functionalities that are happening with our skin and our face that most of us don't know about, but are really subtle visual clues to a more aging face. Now, I am 67 years old. I'm actually almost 68. I'll be 68 in 2 months. So I'm 2 years before 70. I'm 2 years from 70. In addition to that loss of collagen and elastin on my face, I'm experiencing some other processes that our body goes through and slows down over the years that impact very subtly over the decades, but by the time we get to be in our 60s and 70s, really become much more pronounced. The first is a loss of bone structure in our face. During the entire course of our life, bone is breaking down and being replaced replaced. However, again, starting in your 30s, the process of replacing that bone slows down so that the loss of the bone becomes greater. That's why we say take collagen supplements or make sure that you have collagen in your diet. That's why they do bone scans to make sure that the bone loss is not significant enough to become a problem. How that affects us on our face is particularly in this orbital bone area and in the nasal labial fold area. What happens in the orbital bone area is that bone starts receding, and this orbital socket becomes larger, giving a lot of older people a more sunken in look around their eyes. Now, you may not notice it in your own face because it's so subtle over time, but if you've seen a more elderly relative, let's say a couple of times a year, you might look at them and go, oh yeah, you look older than the last time I saw you, because it's much more noticeable when you haven't seen a person for a while. In addition, the same thing happens in this nasal area. The nasal opening in the bone underneath your skin starts breaking down and becomes larger and more receded, which makes this nasal labial fold become much more prominent as we grow older. So those are the little subtle clues that our eyes notice that maybe consciously we're not aware of. So think about this. If my face was completely smooth, no wrinkles at all, you would still know that I was an older woman because the bone structure on my face is just a little bit more mature than someone in their 20s. So that's just one of the visual clues that we get when we're looking at an older person to acknowledge that yes, they're older. Another thing that happens is the stratum corneum, or the layer of skin over our bone structure, changes in depth as we age. Not only that, but the skin cell turnover on our face slows way down. That's why you can see someone older and their skin looks kind of dull and ruddy. There's really no brightness or freshness to their skin. That's from the slowing down of the sloughing off of cells. So you end up getting a very dense, thick layer of dead skin cells sitting on top of your skin. So those factors, as well as the loss of collagen and elastin, really can impact how fresh and bright and healthy your skin looks. Now, personally, my goal is not to look like a 20 or 30-year-old. My goal is to look like a healthy 67, 68-year-old. And there are some things that we can do, not only in skin maintenance, but in makeup application that really is going to impact how fresh, bright, and healthy our skin looks. First of all, exfoliating our face is so very important, particularly when you're over 40. I try to do it once or twice a week. I don't always meet that goal, but boy, I sure can tell when it needs to be done. That exfoliation is going to clean off the old dead skin cells and make your skin look a little brighter and fresher, and the light is going to be able to penetrate it a little easier, giving you that internal glow look. You know, like little kids, sometimes their skin can almost look lit from within or translucent because that light is able to penetrate their skin and bounce out. When you have those old dead skin cells sitting on your skin, the light hits it and bounces right back off, not giving any glow at all. So that internal glow or look of really fresh skin can be accomplished two ways: making sure that you're exfoliating your skin often, and this little makeup trick I'm going to show you next. So I have prepped my skin. I used the Dermatology #1 primer. Love this. I roughed in my eyebrows with the Jones Road pencil. I believe this is in taupe or soft brown. And I did a thin coat of the Jouer concealer. I'm really liking this concealer. When you apply it correctly, it really does sit down nicely. What we have learned is that bone area around our eyes is going to keep receding. So that area is going to lose its fullness, particularly as we lose fat in our face. So the bone loss and the fat loss is going to give us more of a sunken in look. look. Now, how can we combat that? And it's just simple artist trick. When you highlight something, it moves forward, and when you want to push something back in space, you want to give it a shadow. So what we're going to do is we're going to highlight this area of our face to accentuate those cheekbones and look like a glow from within, and we're going to do it underneath our foundation. That is going to fool the eye into thinking that the light is coming from within our skin. In other words, it has penetrated our skin and is bouncing out. So I have two products here that can do exactly the same thing. One is drugstore, one is more high-end. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter, classic product, and this is the e.l.f. Halo Glow. Either one of these will work. I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury today, and watch exactly how I apply this. So I'm going to put it right here on that bone of my cheek underneath my eye, but I don't want to get it under my eye because I don't want my under eye to glow. So I'm going to hit it right here. And then I always add a little bit on the front of my cheeks and just on the tip of my nose. And I know that seems silly, but what we're doing is we're faking that light absorption that you see on young, fresh skin. And by putting it underneath our foundation, it's going to give that glow from within look. So I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to tap that in all along that orbital bone area into the front of my cheeks. Just rub it in on the end of my nose, and same thing over on this other side. What this is doing is this is fooling the eye into thinking that there is a type of depth of glow that really isn't there when you get a little bit older. Now, this is going to work a whole lot better if you regularly exfoliate your skin, because the surface of your skin is going to be smoother, thus reflecting light a little bit better and looking a little bit healthier. If you kind of slough off on your exfoliation, no pun intended, watch what happens to your skin. You're going to see that it's just a little less fresh looking. So now I'm going to go ahead and put on my foundation. This is the Revlon Illuminance. I love this. I've been using this for a long time, drugstore price. And I'm just going to tap this around my face as I normally would. Then I'm going to take the BK Beauty 101 brush, and I'm pressing that foundation in. I'm not rubbing it. So I'm just pouncing that brush around my face. Now this particular foundation has a little bit of glow in it already, which I really love. I think it gives such a pretty look to the skin. Now I'm going to take my sponge and just press that in. Blending in makeup on an older complexion to me is just the key. Because we've got so much going on with the little wrinkly crinklies and stuff that we want to make sure that any color cosmetics that we add are really blended in. Okay, I want you to take a look now at how that looks on my face. It is super subtle, but you can see that glow from underneath. And what that glow does is it fools the eye into thinking, oh, fresh, oh, perky, oh, bouncy, because we've just added that reflective quality to that bone area and maximized that bone area right there. But it doesn't stop here. We can even accentuate it more. Now I'm going to go in with the contour. This is the Milk contour. I really do like it. Had it forever. So what I'm doing right here is I'm putting it to my forehead, because what is the shadow going to do? That's going to push that area back. Now I'm going to take that and go right underneath that bone and create a shadow. So what does that do? That pushes that area in and pops this area out visually. So same thing over here. Now I'm going to take that and go right underneath my chin, because that's going to fool the eye into thinking there's a shadow there instead of skin that's a little less than taut. Now I'm going to take my stipple brush and just blend that in and watch what happens to the planes and angles of my face. They shift because of that color application. So you can see right there that that area of my forehead has receded a bit. Now I'm going to just pounce this in right underneath where I put that highlight on that orbital bone, and look at right here. It looks like I have an indentation which pops this area out, making it look a little bit younger or more youthful. Same thing over here. And look how you can see that highlight glowing underneath my makeup. You can see it right under that foundation. So again, I created a shadow here which pops this area out, giving a more youthful appearance. Now I'm going to take that same brush and just really blend in that shadow underneath my chin. And this is an area you want to make sure that you have it blended in so it doesn't look like, underneath your chin is dirty or something. So you can see the planes and angles that we're really building up on our face to give the illusion of a fuller bone structure. Now I'm going to go in with a little bit of blush. This is the Cheeks Out blush. I'll have all these products listed down below. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit right above where we created that depth or that shadow and just pounce that in. I'm going to try to avoid the area where that highlight is underneath my foundation and pounce that color on my cheeks. And if you want to give just the illusion of a little more youthful look, take that blush brush and go right here on your nose. Just pounce it there very lightly, and you can see how that little bit of just soft, warm glow makes it look like your skin is fresher, you've had a little bit of sun, you're a little healthy. It's just a nice, cute look. Now I'm going to go back over that highlighted area with a highlighter on top. Why am I doing that on top? Because it's a layering effect with light. That highlighter that's underneath my foundation is going to reflect light differently than the highlighter I put on top of my foundation. So we're getting a combination of glow on our skin that's really going to fool the eye into a more fresh, youthful look. So a little brush here. This is the Makeup by Mario. Again, I'll have all this listed down below. And I'm just going to go right over that same area, a little bit in front, and then on the tip of my nose. Highlight that same area, a little bit of front, and there we have it. Then I go back in with my sponge and I press everything in to make sure that it's really going to blend into my skin. One of the things that you can really start noticing as you're doing your makeup and when you're a little bit more mature is about 10 or 15 minutes after you get done with your makeup application, things start really blending and melding together from the warmth of your skin. So it looks good now, and it's going to look even better in about 15 minutes. And here we are back to the finished makeup look. And now that you know what goes into the little magic of making light bounce in a different way, you can see why that works so well. You have an internal glow as well as the depth of the contour area and the highlight on top that just adds a little snap, making the skin look a little firmer, a little brighter, the face structure looking a little more youthful, and it all comes together in the end. Well, I hope you found this little makeup tip useful and helpful. I know it's made a huge difference in the look of my finished makeup. If you found this helpful, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. Again, I want to thank Maysama for sponsoring a portion of this video. I am so excited about this Boss event that starts early today. Truly, if you've been looking at a red light, this is the one to get. It's such a great bargain on a very, very quality, effective red light. You guys know it just tickles me when you take a few minutes out of your day to spend it with me. I appreciate that, and I appreciate you. Again, I'm Kimberly. This is Pretty Over 50, where we talk everything beauty, fitness, and lifestyle for the over 50 and over 60 woman. Make it a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.